Good day, you sexy internet travelers. Bailey here, and today we are breaking down the list of the top 10 best anime of 2017. Now, this list was crafted based on two things. First, none of the animes in this list are sequels. They are all debut animes, so please let us know in the comment section below which 2017 anime sequel you thought was the best. Secondly, this list isn't necessarily based on how popular they were, but on how well received they were by the anime community. Also, the order of this list is essentially random, with the only exception being the one I put in the number 1 slot, which was my personal favorite of 2017. But without further ado, let's dive in. You know, it's really hard to find normal romance animes these days. It seems like the industry is moving towards the notion that you can't have a romance anime unless it's a harem, or there's a love triangle, or it's just a side story. And frankly, I can't stand the direction it's going in, which is why Tsuki ga Kirei was such a breath of fresh air. Now, this is gonna blow your mind what I'm about to say, but what this anime does, it's pretty far out there. It actually portrays a normal development of a romantic relationship with normally behaving characters and realistic scenarios and responses to those scenarios. It doesn't rely on panty shots and fan service. It doesn't rely on love triangles and harem circles. It's just a normal romance. And so for some people, it might be a little boring, which I totally understand. But if you just want a classic romance style anime, you gotta watch this one. You might have heard that Ballroom A Yokoso is comparable to Yuri on Ice, and I could understand how you could get there if you just decided to look at the cover art and not actually watch the anime. But let me assure you, this is a distinct sports anime and definitely unique enough to be on this list. Personally, I had some problems with the pacing, but other than that, the characters are all likable, the story is interesting, and it's pretty visually tasty. If sports anime are your thing, this is definitely one to check out. Now, do you remember how I said that this list wasn't based on my personal opinion, but more on the anime community? Well, here's one anime that me and the anime community really disagreed on, Inuyashiki. Personally, I thought this anime was complete garbage, but a lot of people really liked it, so let's talk about it. What are you gonna get from this anime? Well, it's sci-fi action, and we're not talking a little bit of sci-fi, we're talking very sci-fi. And visuals are pretty important in sci-fi action anime, and the visuals are pretty well done with some decent applications of CGI. Now, I'm not going to dive into the storyline details here because I don't want my negative biases to interfere with the story, so I'll just let you go watch it and make up your mind from there. At number 7, we have Hoseki no Kuni. Now, chances are that when I just said Hoseki no Kuni, you said Hoseki no what now? And you might be wondering why such an unpopular anime made it to this list. But again, this list isn't about popularity, it's about the impression it made on those that watched it. And especially lately, I keep on seeing people say nothing but good things about this anime. And I'm not gonna lie, it is a weird one. It's got a pretty far out there storyline, but I think it's well done. CGI is a pretty big part of this anime, and I'm usually not a fan of anything CGI, but for this anime, they really pulled it off. I'm not even going to talk about the story because the visuals are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, just look at this grass. Look at this ocean. That is ridiculous. The only thing I thought was a little rough about this anime was the voice acting, but after that, it is a solid anime, and I encourage you to check out this Diamond in the Rough. Now, this is one I was debating whether or not I should put in this list because I was sort of struggling to gauge what the community thought about this one, but I've seen enough comments praising it to where I think it belongs here. Now, I'm gonna warn you, I feel like this is an anime that appeals to a very specific anime group, so I don't think it's for everyone, but it's definitely one of the most original storylines of the year, and I could definitely nominate this for best storyline. When you feel like just having a chill time, go make yourself a cup of hot tea, cozy up, and indulge in some of this unique and soothing anime. So maybe you're just looking for a lighthearted, bright and fluffy comedy anime. Well, here you go. Get yourself some of this action. After really struggling lately, Kyoto Animation has really come through and has been praised thoroughly by the community for this installment. While it's not really a genre that I enjoy too much, I did get some laughs out of it, so if you're looking for some lighthearted comedy, give this one a shot. So by far, this is the most fun anime to watch on this list, and it definitely wins the award for 2017's most fun anime, with some of the most enjoyable characters you'll see. Now it also unfortunately wins the award for being just freaking ugly, but if you can get past that, then it's a fun magical girl anime to watch, and despite being cute in the beginning, you don't have to worry about it becoming miserably depressing and demented, which is a nice twist for how cute anime have been turning out lately. Now, you've probably seen plenty of things about this anime, so I'll just give you my personal take on it. For me, this is one of the 3 animes on this list that I think could be on additional top 10 lists of overall genres. Like, I could see someone putting this in a list of the top 10 overall best fantasy anime. It wins a lot of points on visual tastiness, and it wins even more points on the interesting character dynamics they set up. So if you want to see an interesting character dynamic played out and consume some eye candy along the way, get yourself in on this one. Do you like action? Well, what about raccoon-faced protagonists? Well, then let me hook you up with this little treat called Youjo Senki. Is it the best action anime I've ever seen? No, definitely not. Will it win any awards for best anime of 2017? No, probably not. But it definitely gets some participation points. This is a sci-fi fantasy take on World War I, and honestly, that's pretty much everything you need to know about this story. If you're just wanting some action scenes without too many elements that require much thought, go check this one out. It's pretty short and it's pretty easy and pretty fun to watch. Now for the number 1 anime, I actually decided to make a whole video on it. So if you want to see more about the anime I consider to be the best of 2017, please check out the video I made on Made in Abyss. Let us know in the comment section below which anime sequel you thought was the best, and as always, stay sexy, internet travelers.